Welcome to my backyard gym. This channel is dedicated to anybody who's trying to rebuild their life. Maybe by quitting drinking, using drugs. Maybe you're working on your anger. Maybe you're just trying to be a better person, okay? You're trying to go from who you were or who you are to who you want to be. So that's what this channel is dedicated to, okay? I'm a recovering alcoholic. I quit drinking for good about 8 months ago. Since then, I've gotten in fantastic shape, and I've built connections across the world with this YouTube channel. My business has been the healthiest it's ever been. My family is the healthiest that it's ever been. And so I'm just running my big fat mouth about that, okay? So welcome to my backyard gym. This morning, I'm only going to be here for a short time before I go to work. I'll probably just do a quick little pump, drink a little coffee, have a little conversation, get on out of here, okay? So I'm going to go make my coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay. So while that coffee's making, this morning I'm just going to be, I think I'm going to be doing some push movements, okay? So I'll be using my dip bar and things like that. Yesterday was 8 months to the day alcohol free. So I was pretty proud about that. I didn't really do anything to celebrate it. I should have. Yep. Hey, good morning. Good morning, two people. Oh, good morning, 16 people. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I was just getting ready to do a quick little pump before I go to work. Mr. West. Thought I'd talk with you guys a little bit this morning, have a little coffee before I head off to work. Please let me know where you're coming from and how you are doing. 8 months ago, I quit drinking for good. And this channel is basically dedicated to anybody who's trying to rebuild their life or just improve themselves, you know. I'm thankful to have quit the drinking. My family and my business is the healthiest that it's ever been, and I've built great connections with people across the world with this YouTube channel. So this has been really cool. Isaac, I think that's your name, says, what's your work? Well, I own a small house painting company. Good morning, William. Good morning. Glad to see you. But yeah, no, this channel is just dedicated to anyone who's trying to improve themselves, you know. I spent most of my life drinking and smoking and not making healthy decisions. I don't know how I was able to get out of that at 41 and not, you know, I still got my mind intact. I still got a fairly decent body. It still does all the things I need it to do. And I didn't really ruin relationships. I'm one of them lucky people, you know. Just decided to quit at 41 for good, you know. But that alcohol used to cause quite a bit of problem. I can't lie. I can't lie. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna go grab my coffee. But yeah, I'd like to talk with you guys a little bit, if you guys want to. Yeah. So, you guys know anybody like, well, actually, are you guys someone that improved your life recently? And if so, share a little bit about that, you know? That's what we're doing here. Is we're just trying to encourage people to share their stories on how it was that they improved their life, you know? And then iron sharpens iron. So we want to encourage each other to continue to do that, you know? Like I said, I'm not going to be here real long this morning. I just started doing these lives recently, day before yesterday, and I've really enjoyed them. I've got to talk with really cool people, and it's a lot more conversational this way. I like it like that. So feel free to leave a comment, say what you want to say. Like I say, I'm not going to be here real long this morning, okay? So I apologize if we cut it short. But, you know, the idea is to do these lives just like other people, encourage other people to get back to working out and you know, serving themselves on purpose, serving their future selves on purpose. That's what I try to do. The morning time me is serving the afternoon me. Afternoon me is serving the nighttime me. Nighttime me is serving the morning me, right? And what I'm trying to do is appreciate myself. It's something that I never did my whole life. If I really appreciated myself, I probably wouldn't have been drinking and smoking and fighting and all that stupid stuff that I was doing my whole life. So I'm trying to be a better example and hopefully inspire people to not go down stupid roads, you know? Like, if you've never drank before, don't start. You know, you're not missing anything. You can't miss something you've never done before, you know? And if you are drinking still, you know, and you're thinking, man, you know, it's about time for me to quit. I've still got my health. Things are fairly okay still. Why not quit while I'm ahead? If you're having that feeling, dude, do it. Seriously. It's only going to get worse from then on. And then you'll look back and be like, man, I should have quit when I was first having those feelings. You know? So I just want to be the person to encourage people to go down the right path. But I realize you have to live by example. So that's another thing that I try to do. And for me, I started with push-ups. When I decided I wanted to start making a change in my life, I just started doing a bunch of push-ups. That's all I did, push-ups every day. And after that, I just started realizing that every time I would start to notice every time I was having a craving for drinking. And so I started to notice that those cravings were around the same time every day. And once I kind of figured that out, I started mapping it out. Okay, you know, I usually have cravings around 4:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm doing push-ups at 4:20. Boom, 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 boom. You know, just doing them, knocking them out, and I would get in front of those cravings. And then I started just noticing more things about myself, and I started really just enjoying the process of or eliminating my limiting beliefs. I started realizing that my thought process was fucked up here and fucked up here and fucked up here. And I just went to work on um, basically getting rid of the lies that I was telling myself my whole life, you know? And it was my ego. My ego was telling me these lies. I learned that the ego is just a story that we tell ourselves. And so the story that I was telling myself was just really weak, you know? So I started to question those thoughts and beliefs. And then I learned to start asking better questions of myself. And I don't know, it's just been a nice 8 months. It's been an interesting 8 months, you know, and then doing this YouTube channel, really stepping outside of my comfort zone. This is not normally how I used to be. Learning how to talk on camera to random strangers, trying to keep people's attention, all of that stuff is a trip. But it's been enjoyable and I've grown. And because I've grown, I continuously am content and happy. And I guess that's just what I want to share, you know, my appreciation for my life. So anyway, like I said, not going to be here long this morning. I got work to do. I just wanted to stop and have a little coffee with you guys this morning and get a quick pump in. Show my accountability. Be a good example. Show that alcohol recovery is it's an enjoyable thing. At first, it's uncomfortable. It's something new, but if you keep a good attitude through it, you know, your attitude is going to be the biggest determining factor of the results that you get in anything. So, you know, go into it like a student. Go into it to learn, be teachable, and just look at it as, you know, this is a good thing. It's going to be a good thing. You're sacrificing something that is of lesser value right now for something of greater value. And for me, I met my fiance. I'm getting ready to get married here, August 15th. My health is fantastic. Actually, my health has improved. I had bad blood pressure before, and my hypoglycemia was all out of whack. And none of those things are true anymore. I feel fantastic, and I think very clearly, and I have a ton of self-respect, self-confidence, and it's been really, really cool making these connections with people across the world on YouTube. That's been one of my favorite things. It's the newest thing for me. Doing this kind of stuff is way outside of my comfort zone. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that I'm doing things that are outside of my comfort zone. That's how we grow. And I can look back on this later on down the road and say, I did something that was, to me, difficult. And I kept showing up, I kept improving, and I got good at it. And that's how I have handled sobriety. And that's pretty much how I handle anything. Especially these days, I've learned to slow down and be a lot more deliberate. Anyway, it's been a pleasure being here this morning. I do have work to do. Have a great rest of your day, okay? On purpose. God bless you. Take care of yourself, okay? You're worth it. I'm out of here.